This is a 97 Acura 3.0 CL. I got the engine light P0401. It's for clogged EGR ports. So I've already ripped out the battery. I've got to end up taking out the intake manifold and clean out the passages on the manifold and on the block, I think. So the first thing I've done is I've removed the battery already, and I'm removing the air box, the air. So I'll get to that first. Before you do anything on your car, remove your battery, disconnect it. That's the negative terminal, or it's usually the color black. That's the positive terminal, and it's usually red. To remove it, I usually follow a guideline as the black or the negative is on the longest. For example, you want to remove the terminals from the battery, take the positive off first, and then take the negative off. Black is on the longest. To put it back on, you put the negative on first, or the black, and then you put the positive on, the red. So the negative is on the longest. So how I mark everything is I'll take this off right from right here, and I'll mark it. So I'll wrap a piece of tape around the cable, the wire. With white tape so you can write on it. And I don't know what that solenoid or control is, so I'm going to put front TB for throttle body, so I'll know where it's placed. And I'll do that for any other ones that are on the throttle body. For the air intake, on the driver's side, or I'm sorry, the firewall side of the intake, there's going to be a hose right here. After I pulled it off from the throttle body, all you have to do is just pull this off. You might have to take a screwdriver and kind of pry at it from all sides, and then you just pull it off, and make sure you know where it goes. Oh yeah, mark everything. I mark it with white tape. And for the air intake, I didn't really go in depth on how to take it off, but there's one screw here. It's also a hex head. Phillips here, Phillips here, and a Phillips here. And when you remove these, this piece will come up, and then you'll reveal the filter. And if you work your way down, you saw me removing this. Just pull it out, and there's a hose right here, if you can see. Just take it off. And there's a band right here. It's got a Phillip head right down below, right there, if you can see it. Remove that, and then you lift this up, and there's going to be this body lip. Just make sure you lift it up and you pull outwards, and the whole air intake should come right off. It's not really easy trying to get these cables. I guess it is the throttle cable. Take them off, but as you can see right here, there's that little ball. Sorry, not ball. There's that little metal anchor thing or whatever right there. And all you do is from this side is you line this cable up with this little notch right there, and take a little screwdriver and just pull them out like that. And then you just gotta take them off from right here, or take this plate off from right here on the throttle body, and just put this side. This pen is not mine, by the way. Took off this connection, I took off this connection, and then I took off this one next. Now as far as hoses go, I took this one off, then I took this hose off, just go somewhere over there, and then I took, I don't know if you can see, but right here, took that hose off next. It pulls off this way. There's going to be antifreeze that leaks there, so like I said in the video, you can use 3/8 bolts or ready rod and screw it in there. And there's also one right here. Sorry if you can see it right there where the pencil is pointing. Again, not mine. And you just got to take these metal clamps off with a pair of pliers and pull them down and pull it off. You got to use screwdriver sometimes to pry the hose off. But those are 7 I took off. And then after those are off, oh, this last one I showed you, you also antifreeze also comes out, so you may want to again put a 3/8 bolt in there to clog it up, or whatever you want to use. This strips antifreeze. So I took a 3/8 piece of ready rod or a bolt and screw it in there. Doesn't drip. Goes right there. Okay, now we're going to take the throttle body off. Now that you've taken the bolts off, be a little bit gentle when you take the throttle body off. Kind of wiggle it. Just be careful. You hear a cracking sound, but that's just the sound of the gasket just separating. Just try to make sure you don't, if you can at all possible, try to avoid the gasket from being destroyed. Anyways, this is the throttle body. I had my throttle body changed about 2 years ago, so I'll see how this gasket holds up. Maybe I'll be able to reuse it again, I don't know, but this is what your throttle body looks like. Oh, it's leaking. That's what your throttle body looks like. Set this aside and I'll show you guys how to clean it. The inside right here, it's all like some crud right there. I'll tell you how to clean it out after. For the throttle body, there's 4 bolts, one here, one there, and then 2 below. When you put the throttle body back on, I'm not sure if there's a torque spec to how tight they have to be, but I just hand tighten them, and with my socket wrench I just tighten it ever so slightly. I reuse the same gasket. My throttle body was changed out 2 years ago, so the gasket looked okay. I didn't replace it. Everything's working. When you take this shrouding off, just pull it off. Pull it off like that. There's a hose right there. Take that metal clip off, slide it back, and pull this off. These ones just pull off, pull off. There's a metal clip on this bigger one. Pull that off, take it off. Set it aside, and there's a connection right there. Take that off. I'm not exactly sure what all of these connections are, but you have to take them off to take the manifold off. Now for the fun part, to take apart the intake manifold. I've done a bunch of research on this, so I think I have a general idea of what's going on. I'm just going to take them off in the order that you're supposed to put them back on, so can't really go wrong there. So for the first one you're going to want to take off is this one. 1, 2, and this one. 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8, right there, that one, and then 9.